What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day. This is annoying me. So, I'm pretty sure those anomalies we were looking at, I don't even remember where, last week somewhere. This is definitely an anomaly. Um, I think last time I referenced like Weeble charts to compare and completely forgot that Weeble basically uses TradingView, just with they have less tools. I went to investing.com. This is the same candle right here, and you can see the wick is pretty small. Um, Hopefully, this wick does not skew our data too much when we're charting. I'm just going to delete this. There's basically like the stuff I called out yesterday did not happen. Um, we gapped way above it, obviously. A little bit disappointing for me. The ES, I took a trade last night. Um, I'm trying to remember where I got in. That's Friday. Here. Okay. I think. No. Okay, I got in right here. So basically, I mean, not that this is important, but this was a pretty strong area here between 72, or actually 70. So, like right here, if we look at this candle right there, we had a strong area like 71 to 72.50 ish. We had a pretty strong area right through here, something like this. And when we broke through here, I got in long, um, expecting them to go and make. It was actually Shorty that called it out, but I agree with his reasoning. And I knew we had a really strong support right here below. So I was expecting a bounce there. And then our target was 59.08, which got hit, obviously. Um, I originally had my stop loss. I don't know that it would have mattered. Yeah, I would have got stopped out no matter what I did. I had my stop loss, I want to say, right around 863 ish, and it would have just barely wicked me out and then gone. I think at some point I moved my stop loss to 864, the October POC, and they literally barely came and tapped that area, then retested it and went. I also left an order overnight. You can't see this here, but this area 51 to 52 on ES, we had a buy side imbalance. So I had an order sitting there, it just never got filled, right? And I was also targeting the 908 area. So basically, like, I knew there was a chance I might get stopped out on this first trade. And if so, I was hoping to get filled on my second trade. I didn't get filled on the second trade, and I got stopped out on the first trade, and then it went and hit my take profit level. In retrospect, I'm trying to see if I could have done anything different. This was my entry right here. If I'm targeting here, yeah, see, the issue was the risk to reward. Like, ideally, you would want your stop loss below, and hopefully you guys realize I'm not looking at this here. If we take that off the screen, I'm looking at these wicks right here. So ideally, like, you would want, actually, I'm going to use a box just because there's a little bit of a range there. You would want your stop loss to be below these wicks here, ideally, right? Because they're not respecting the October POC. So there's a chance if they're going to try to stop you out, they're going to come down to here. So basically, if you can put your stop loss, like a little bit below that, and still be getting, one risk to reward as a minimum on your trade, then you're good to go. But as you can see, um, even with that off my screen, I'm pretty close to where I want my stop loss to be. Um, Putting it there, I'm only getting 1.45 to 1 risk to reward. So couldn't move my stop loss lower based on my entry. And I guess what really sucks is when I took this trade, I guess I forgot to mention this part. I had just sat down at the computer, and ideally, I would have wanted to get in like right around here. Um, like if I was able to like time it better. Like basically when we broke back through here, I don't know that would have changed my ability. Yeah, I guess maybe I would have been able to take it without getting stopped out, something like this. Um, but yeah, just I sat down at my computer. I saw that set up, and Shorty was talking about it, and I agreed. I just would have liked my entry to be down here versus up here where it was when we started breaking out. Um, and you can see like I'm not talking out of the side of my face because if I was trying to like say like ideally I would want my entry to be, then ideally I would want my entry to be here, right? But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying ideally based on what the chart is showing me, I would have liked to get in at the bottom of these wicks down here on these candles. Um, but anyway, just didn't work out. So that was the one trade I took last night. Um, and then I don't know why, but this morning, like I slept through or I woke up from my first alarm and I snoozed it. And then I woke up again and snoozed it. Or I think I turned my alarm off. And then I slept through my next alarm. Basically, for trading days, I have an alarm that goes off like an hour before the market opens, which I generally wake up to that alarm. But sometimes I'll accidentally turn it off trying to snooze. So then I have a second alarm set 30 minutes before the market opens to wake me up in case I turn off the one instead of snooze it or whatever. So anyway, I just overslept and then I ended up taking a trade on NQ. Not anything I'm like crazy proud of, but it wasn't bad. Basically, when I woke up, like all of this had already happened. And I think I sat down at my computer like right around here somewhere. And this happens to be like a really old previous day value area high, but there's also just like a decent SR flip here. I need to go make sure my family's okay. They just like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if you guys just heard like a bunch of stuff falling, but I'll be right back. Give me a second. When you guys move rooms, can you not break everything like the floor and each other? We need to put the big You guys are crazy. All right, sorry about that. So, basically, long story short, my my kid is changing rooms in the house to a bigger room, and the baby's taking his room. And so they're moving furniture, and he dropped like part of his computer desk. He has an L-shaped computer desk, and I guess the L part fell over, and then a bunch of things fell on the floor after that. Anyway, um, this is right around where I sat down at my computer, and I basically recognized, like I have an old previous day area high here, but I hadn't charted NQ in like a week or two. But this is a big old support resistance flip, like right through here, where it's resistance, 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 and then we broke through it. So I'm thinking if we retest this, we're going to fly, right? I just took it for like 30 points. I don't remember exactly, but right around here, up to here, something like that. I wanted to close before we got back up to the top here, in case they rejected back down from this level. I wanted to close before then, so that made up my loss from the previous trade, and then turned me green for the day. So, oh yeah, no, I don't care. Like, I don't, like obviously I don't want things to get broken or whatever, but as long as my family's not hurt and everybody's okay, like that's what's really important. Um, I have exciting news. This won't make sense to a lot of people, but Space Monkey, I'm about to kick his ass at this shooting game called 21. I have no idea what it is, but I'm still going to win. Just a heads up. But apparently we're shooting cards and you have to make 21, just like blackjack. And yeah, I'm pretty good at blackjack and I'm better at shooting. Where was I going to go? Oh, so there's some stuff. The reason that like my stream is late tonight is you can blame Space Monkey. I was on the phone with him for like, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour. And basically he's got questions. And so we're going to talk about, we'll chart SPY really quick and then we'll answer his questions, which will also hopefully help some people that might have the same questions. I have really got to wipe this chart. It's not happening tonight, though. I don't have time. All right, so let's go to 30 minutes. Turn on session volume profile. And we're going to be moving previous day low. Oh, what's up, Oliver? I don't know if I said hi to you or not, but that knife is sick, bro. It's like absolutely insane. All right. So basically, the issue that we're having, or the issue, Space Monkey. So I was talking with Robert, and right now, Robert is kind of like new to, I don't know how to say this because he's traded in the past, but I think like a lot of people, he started out like, whatever, chart patterns, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, AMC, GME. I don't know that he specifically traded those things, but I think kind of started during that time frame when a lot of new traders started. And now he's trying to do it right and learn how to trade, based off of levels and whatever else with proper risk management, proper risk to reward, and all of that stuff. The issue is when he made this decision, TradingView didn't have a sale, so he can't get the premium to get access to TPO features, right? And so he was saying like, I don't know, like I don't have TPO, so I can't figure out or the levels, whatever. And what I'm trying to show is you can do it without TPO, and I'm going to do it right now. And then we'll turn on TPO just to verify, you know, um, what I'm showing. So like this is going to be our A period, right? The first 30-minute candle. This is B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. M is the one that we're always checking to see if there's a spike, right? Meaning that it makes a new high of the day or a new low of the day. And in this case, on this day, we do not have a spike. So then after we verify there's no spike, then we're looking, do we have um, do we have single prints, or you could also call it like a strong low or a strong high, or do we have a poor low or a poor high? So right away we have single prints, right? This is and single prints just basically means like this A candle is all by itself, meaning the B candle, there's no other candle that's overlapping like up here, right? So like this candle here, I don't know what letter it is. I guess I could count backwards. It's like whatever. But there's a lot of candles up in this area, so this is going to be a poor high, most likely. Um, and maybe when you turn on TPO, like it's not a poor low, but I mean a poor high, but it's so close. I don't think it really matters. You know what I'm saying? Like you could call this a poor high, and maybe it's a single print just because like the TPO block ends here, but it's close enough that I don't think it really makes a difference. This is pretty obviously single prints, right? Or a strong low. And you're going to use this entire range. So meaning from the bottom of the candle all the way up to the body of the candle. And then if you notice, I already knew this was going to happen before I drew it. Our single print mid literally falls right where this bull needs to hold candle is, right? So I'm not going to draw that, but we know the single print mid is right at that 85 or 585.20, right? Single prints, and then the top is going to be at the body of the candle here. And then generally when they bounce when we have like a large single print area like this, generally they bounce from the mid, right? So that's what we're most interested in. But just know there's a chance they bounce here. There's a chance they bounce at the bottom. Most likely though, this will be it. And then up here, if you're charting this to trade off of, use your previous day value area high is going to be the same level as your poor high. I'm going to put mine just a little bit below it so you can distinguish the two. But if you're trading off of this chart, I would combine both of those, okay? So there's our poor high. And now when we turn on TPO again, there's a chance this is single prints. I don't really care. It's going to be close enough that it doesn't matter. Yeah, so this is a poor high. And this is single prints, right? So no questions asked there. The only thing that's like messing this up is this H wick that is fake. And I don't know why this keeps happening. It happened last week and it happened today. But as you can see, if I zoom in here, this J or I, J, and M period is all like this block here is all together, meaning this is a poor high where we have multiple candles in this level. And down here, this is going to be our single prints or our strong low because we have no other candles that come down into this range. Okay. You thought that was an earthquake? That's funny. Just my...
Did someone say he thought it was an earthquake?
Yes.
I think it might have been. I think I might have caused
Yeah.
a little earthquake.
Did you fart or you dropped something?
I think I farted as well.
I believe that. Sorry, I'm giving him a hard time. Today we're like driving in the car and there's like this putrid smell for like 5 minutes. And I thought like we drove past like some sewage or something. And finally I'm like, God, what is that smell? And he just starts laughing. This kid, he always farts in like confined spaces. Anyway, My piece is finally done with the build. Really nice. I love it. Um, very very customized SIG P365 X macro. Um, alrighty. So there's our levels. Does TPO make sense now, Robert? Like, do you feel like you can do this without turning this on? I mean, frankly, I can do it without, but the fact that I have it, I might as well use it, if that makes sense. Um, but I don't think it's necessary. I wish I had time like to chart ES every day and just post pictures, but I never do. I always chart it at like 5 or 6 in the morning before I trade. Um, I just realized I'm shocked. I thought today was going to be a pretty choppy day, and they ran this. Because tomorrow's FOMC minutes. Okay, awesome. Good. Mark, I would, except I don't want to get arrested. You can't shoot guns in your backyard in California. Doesn't sound like a good time. Um, alrighty. So we'll be watching for calls here. Ideally, single print mid. Thank you, Gigi. You're amazing. Um, I'm just gonna say October value area high, since I didn't put single print mids on my chart. So for people reading this, it makes sense. Um, for puts, I'll be watching this range here. Tomorrow with FOMC minutes is not going to be the best day to trade, just an FYI. If anybody has questions, now would be a good time. So notice when I drew this, right, my circle's extending below December value area low. The reason being is we have a bunch of wicks right here, right? And I feel like there's a chance they might reject from there versus going all the way up to our single prints or our December value area low. So just be aware of that when you're trading tomorrow. But just know tomorrow will probably be choppy all the way up until when they release the minutes, FOMC minutes. And then tomorrow after the close, we have NVIDIA earnings, which will probably give us a pretty big move in one direction or the other. Let's zoom out really quick and look at SPY. Even though I kind of already know where we are, we're right inside of this area where basically if they break above this, we're going to go make all-time highs. What a massive bullish candle. Decent volume, nothing crazy, but pretty significant volume for the day. We're pushing back up into this box. They really might be flirting with making all new all-time highs. You know, like when we originally did this and broke back below, I was kind of thinking maybe they would retest this and then sell off from there. but it may be the retest was this, and now we're going to go all the way up, right? Um, Obviously, tomorrow can change that with FOMC, or FOMC could, help rocket it to new all-time highs. I don't think it's a great spot to be bullish. All in all, though, let's look. Excuse me. Our monthly top is still closed, um, and it's almost lining up with the top of our box here at 610. I wouldn't be surprised to see this push up. Again, it can move once a month. So um, we're coming up to the end of May here. I would not be surprised if June this pushes up higher to where, the top would still allow for them to make new all-time highs. Cloud can still stay closed, and then they could reject hard from there and sell off pretty massively. But these clouds are no joke. Like, they work. So when they're closed, I give them a lot of weight. Okay. I don't. It's hit and miss. It depends on what color tie he's wearing, Space Monkey. So I think the purple tie is bullish. I can't remember, but it really just depends on the color of his tie. Sometimes markets go up when he talks. Sometimes they go down, and it depends what color tie he's wearing that day. So, yeah, again, just super bullish candle. We broke back into this bulls need to hold area, but our cloud is still closed again. June again, I expect this to shift up like it did here. It's been shifting up, right, over and over. The difference now is it's closed, and it could shift up and stay closed, and we could see like a pretty strong reaction when we make new all-time highs. I think new all-time highs now are more probable than they were. I don't know, like a week ago, or yeah, even last Thursday, whatever. When we broke back into this, um, I thought we actually might sell off from here, and I've mentioned that before. But now our cloud has an opportunity to shift up higher and give us that chance to make new all-time highs before we reject and go way lower. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm at, like kind of long-term picture. We'll look at the news really quick, but I think I know everything I need to know with FOMC minutes. Yeah, so 30 minutes after the open manufacturing index. I don't know how much weight this will, like play on the market. With most things are going to be waiting for the FOMC minutes, right? And then what is this, 510? So after the market closes, whoever this is, some New Zealand governor is speaking. But that's not going to affect our trading day tomorrow. I'm going to screenshot this really quick and post it. And like I said, now would be a great time if you have questions. I should say, for people in the mentorship group, I think I'm going to go live 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. And I need to go post the links and everything though in the time, but I think that's the time that will work out best for me tonight. Risk. What do you mean? Sorry, Wrath. What do you mean by risk on? So many single prints from today. Yeah. I mean, this is a fake candle. We didn't get that print on ES, right? Yeah, no, it's not there. I mean, ES should have the same. All this. 69. What is it? 68.25. They didn't want to be fun. Up to roughly 85.75. So yeah, like almost 20 points of single prints. That's a crazy candle. What is this, like a dragonfly doji? Or hangman? I don't know, something where... No, hangman would be the other way around, I think. Turn on... Fucking Oliver being so demanding. Oh, you're saying like all of this. You're saying we have single prints here, and we have single prints here, right? The candle. This candle is a doji. The very first candle. Let me see. I'll find a... So you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe this is a long leg doji, I guess. So I don't really pay attention to candlestick patterns except on like higher time frames. So when I when I look at daily candles, then I care about candlestick patterns. But so these are different types of dojis: bullish doji, bearish doji, long ledge doji, gravestone doji, dragonfly doji. I guess maybe it's a dragonfly. Um, so this here, this candle, this 30-minute candle, is a doji candle. Dojo candle. 68.75. Based on what? Oh, I guess like we need to turn on... Yeah, I would believe you. I would see a better argument for being long at 870. Like this, you know, even if we just give it like a little range, this is a nice little SR flip. Support, support, support. Broken back through, support, boom. I mean, Oliver, you did kind of learn from the best. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. And by the best, I mean Shorty. Hmm. I still expect him to play out Mark. Yeah. Alrighty. I guess that's gonna do it, everybody. For the people in the mentorship group, we will be going live at about 8:30, I believe, or maybe 8 o'clock is better. Um, we'll. Yeah, I'm not sure on the time yet. Either 8 o'clock or 8:30. I'm not positive what time I'm going to go live, but um, really want to just kind of focus on reviewing charts. I think I'm going to give you guys the single print stuff so you can start reviewing it on your own. And then we'll probably start covering it together. Um, um, Sorry, somebody asked me a question in Discord and completely distracted me. And I don't even know why I'm talking about the mentorship group here because, yeah. But anyway, since I am probably between 8 and 8:30, I'll post the times in a minute. I expect it to be a longer class just because I'm starting earlier. I'd like to cover as much content as we can. I think based on the poll that I posted, it seems like everybody's doing good with volume profile for the most part and TPO. So now it's time to start adding in more confluence, right? So I think for this week, I'll go ahead and probably just share some videos for people to start reviewing, and then we'll start covering it like as a group, breaking it down, um, and start adding that into our trades. Okay. All right. So with that said, much love, much respect to everybody. As always, huge thanks to the members of the stream. Extra big thanks to the friends of the stream. Um, Robert, can't wait to kick your ass at 21, even though I have no idea what it is. But I'm super competitive. And then add shooting plus a game that's a competition. Um, yeah, I'm coming for you. I'm not right, man. Um, See, now I can't lose because now I'm talking shit and like I can't lose because Rob hasn't been talking shit. So like I'll just look stupid if I lose now. Um, and basically, like if you're new, 5 days a week we go over SPY, what we're expecting, like the levels we're looking to trade the next day. A few times a week we'll go over futures and what we're watching for on those. And then generally like once or twice a month, we'll do some education stuff on like teaching how to actually trade and what we look for and setups and so on and so forth. Um, with that said, if you're new and you enjoy the content, I would love a sub. And with that said, much love, much respect to everybody. Peace out, and we will see you tomorrow.